you to be obsessed. That's right. I want you to be obsessed because only when you're obsessed can you have a chance to win. I don't mean like win the lottery or win access to your favorite club on Tuesday night. I'm talking about something that's in your control. Only when you're obsessed can you win your own self-edification, your own self-awareness, your own self-identity, your own self-aspiration, your own self-growth. Who do you want to be when you grow up? What is your legacy? What is your life? What are you here to do? You can only do that if you're all in. You've got to be absolutely obsessed. My friend T.I., Tip, you know him as Tip, as T.I., I call him as Tip, I call him Tip. He's obsessed. He's one day he's doing a podcast. One day he's doing an album. Next day he's at his trap museum. Next day he's dealing a real estate deal. He's sleeping at some point, but he's obsessed. Everybody you know who is success. My friend Quincy Jones, obsessed. My friend Ambassador Andrew Young, civil rights icon, 80 plus years old, obsessed. I mean, my friend who's a really great parent, obsessed. What are you obsessed about? Let me tell you what. I've been in, 10 cities in the last at least 10 days, maybe less than that. I mean, last week I was in 4 cities in one day. I was in Mobile, Alabama giving a speech, and then I had to be driven from Mobile to New Orleans to try to make a flight. I was obsessed with getting where I was going. Otherwise, I wouldn't have bothered by it because they told me that I wouldn't make the flight. So I get there and I get on the plane with 1 minute to go. All the way from Mobile, Alabama to New Orleans, through the airport, security, everything, get to the plane, 1 minute to go. Sit down in the plane, okay, I'm good, right? Flight delays. Now I got a connection. Okay, you figure the flight delay, it's not gonna last very long, hour and 10 minutes. My connection is an hour, I have an hour gap. I get to Denver, miss the connection. But I wasn't give up. Why? I'm obsessed with getting where I'm going. So I get off the plane. They said, I'm sorry, sir, you've been booked for the next day. Me and my wife, Shatra. I'm like, no. I'm going tonight. I was going to Cody, Wyoming. We're going tonight. Sorry, sir, there's no plane going to Cody, Wyoming. It just left. I know, but we're going to find a new plane. Like to Wyoming or a bordering state. Like, what you got? Well, we got a flight going to Billings, Montana. It's a different state. Okay, I'll take that one. That's in 7 minutes. I was obsessed, okay, and had to get from that terminal to the next terminal. Wife goes in front of me. I got a couple bags, walk with focus and passion with where I'm going, get there. Flight's supposed to have left. It's still there. My wife and I like to be on this plane. We don't have the plane tickets, our flight. We don't know where our bags are. They're like, okay, that's okay. We're waiting for you. Now, they weren't waiting for me, at least not based on records. But maybe God had them waiting for me. I don't know, or for us. Somehow, this shouldn't have happened. They should have said, sign all kind of rules. I'm sorry, but they, you're not on the manifest. We don't have your bags, whatever. But they saw that I was obsessed, quietly, gently, beautifully, obsessed, focused on getting where I'm going. And they wanted to help me. Got me on the plane. Got my wife on the plane. Get to Billings, Montana. Of course, my bags don't arrive. Go and find some dinner at 11:30 at night. On the way to, so I'm still wearing a 3-piece suit. Not going to Cody, Wyoming in my 3-piece suit. We stop at Walmart because I don't have any bags. And 22 minutes later and $138 of my money later, I've got a complete setup because I'm going now to Cody, Wyoming, and I'm going to go right because I'm obsessed. We get there at 1:30 in the morning through snowstorms and I don't know what. I don't know. So how many cities and states that is? What's the count of that? That's one day. Obsessed. Do you think they respected me when I showed up? Because I could have given up. I could have walked out. I could have said I was delayed. I could have said, no, this trip doesn't fit my schedule anymore. Could have canceled it. No one would have blamed me. But do you think that they were impressed that I felt important enough to show up? And since that time, I've been to I don't know how many other places. And now I'm in New York City, obsessed about what I'm doing today. Well, Pennsylvania was earlier today, and obsessed about what I'm doing tomorrow. You know what that's paid off for? Listen to this now. This is the drop the mic moment now. This is a 5 minutes going to change your life, or could, if you find out what you're obsessed about. My my performance rate, my growth rate, our growth rate, at Operation Hope over 5 years, 553%. That's not a typo. That I didn't flub a number. The growth rate over 5 years for Operation Hope, our work, hustling, focused, obsessed with performance and outcomes, 553%. The growth rate for my for-profit company, complete different staff, complete different corporation, complete different address, complete different folks. I don't even manage that. 303% growth in 2.5 years. Obsessed with excellence. You can't be black for a living. You can't be Latino for a living. You can't be ignorant for a living. You can't be backwards for a living. You can't be half pregnant for a living. You got to show up. The Bible suggests be hot or be cold. If you're lukewarm, I'll spat you out. Translation, even God doesn't like mediocrity. What can you do? Even if you're not the smartest person in the room, even if somebody has more degrees than you, which is often the case when I walk in a room, no one's more obsessed, committed, over it, around it, through it. I'm going to get to it. I take no for vitamins. An entrepreneur works 18 hours a day to keep from getting a job. Success is going from failure to failure without loss of enthusiasm. I am obsessed right now with your aspiration. Go to Operation Hope right now. Go to operationhope.org. Find a Hope Inside location near you. Go see one of my coaches and be obsessed with raising your credit score, obsessed with raising your financial intelligence, obsessed with becoming an entrepreneur, obsessed with becoming a small business owner, obsessed with becoming a homeowner, obsessed with resetting your career, your life, your pathway, and not settling. Live your best life.